Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy SC here with another week of the KCM. Finally, I know. Finally getting it started here. Let's get into game number 1. Yes, I know, it's been a while. And I apologize guys. It's probably even going to be longer before I get this uploaded. Just starting to record now and we're already many days behind schedule here. I'm not even gonna say how long, but it's long. Reason being that I am currently in the Puget Sound right now in Washington. At least I think that's where we are. But the Wi-Fi quality here has been just terrible. Terrible LTE Wi-Fi quality as well. And it took me like the entire day today to download this. I finally just relented and did it off the data that I purchased, but even that was super slow. It took hours to get anything downloaded, so I feel bad for you guys, those of you who live out in this area. If there's anyone out there who just the internet quality is so bad. Can't imagine laddering on this. Must be just terrible. Anyway, I digress, guys. Let's get into this first game. We've got Mong versus Best. Best down here in the bottom right-hand corner, Mong in the top right. Got the red Terran, rocking the red. I don't know why we always stick with red and blue. I feel like we should definitely mix it up with more interesting colors. It'll be a lot more fun, for sure. Kind of camped out here right now in the bus. Just looking out the window. I'm in front of Extreme Entertainment Complex. I think that's what it's called. Extreme. It's not very extreme though. It's like I guess the only extreme thing about it is actually the crime in this area. Because the games inside are not very extreme. It's like just a dank arcade with more people working at it than there are customers. But we were just informed that some people have been stabbed recently in the area. Guns pulled. I don't know if we're gonna die or what, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open out the window here as I cast this game. Everything just starting out really normally and naturally here for Best and Mong. Gonna see if he gets the range first or a robotics facility. Some players are opting to skip that range, get the quicker robo. We'll see if he cancels this once the Dragoon pops out, once the SCV leaves the base. See that SCV leaving now. I didn't see any cancel, and we don't see the gas shooting up here, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that Best's just going to let that finish and start to put some pressure on here with the Dragoon. Of course, he won't get much done, because there's bound to be a bunker started here in a moment, and a tank will be coming out soon after. Whoa, okay, a vulture opener here from Mong. Vulture opener has become much more popular as of late. Great job picking off these Marines. Oh my goodness, sweet probe micro there on the side of Best, just getting on top of that probe and not allowing, getting on top of that Marine, just not allowing it to fire or get inside the bunker. Now the Vulture is out here. He's trying to focus it down as best he can. He's going to get one more SCV. No. The Marine does come out to push that away, and the Dragoon is going to fall back here. Looks like Mong just going to repair that Vulture, and he should be able to get out on the map here. That was a pretty good trade for Best, killing us off the SCV and getting a couple of Marines as well. So really good trade there. The only factor is that this Vulture should be able to get out on the map scot-free now. Can see just heads out. It's going to go in whichever direction it wants, and That's seeding map control to Mong now, who's going to be finishing up mines here most likely very soon. And so he's going to be able to go across the mines nice and easy, put down those in front of his opponent's base. There's not too much that Best can do about it. He's just got to sit back here, try to defend his natural, don't allow any vultures to slip in. Of course, there's always the possibility that he could have gone for speed, so he's got to stay back here. Ooh, these are a little ways out. If speed does finish, he could try to run by here. Look at that, just checking things out with the SCV. Is he going to go for a run by now? He's trying to bait with the SCV, trying to get these Dragoons to just move out just a tad. So he can run by. There he goes. He's going to go for the run by. Can he actually get up this ramp? He will get up the ramp. The vulture there almost dies, but both are still alive. He's going to get quite a few probes here. 2 probes going down already. 3, 4, 5, 6. He can go for more in the natural as well. Neither of these have died yet. 7 probes. Oh my goodness. Mong taking a massive lead here in this early game. A beautiful play by him. I was definitely expecting mines there, and it seemed like Best was ready for the run by, but like I said earlier, just having those Dragoons a little too far out there, he pays the price. The iron price there. All of his probes. Well, not all, but 7 probes. That's a lot, man. That is a serious blight to the economy here of the Protoss. There's the engineering bay flying away. We'll be getting prepared here for the next stage, which is going to be a Reaver shuttle coming out of Bez. We'll see if he can make some of that ground up. I don't think he even lost a vulture. That's crazy. Mong getting out with both vultures is insane. Now he's going to be able to try and run back in here again. Nope. Being denied. No problem, though. He will keep those alive for mines now. Everything going very nicely for Mong, except for that slight dip in the opener. Oh, he doesn't have mines. Oh my gosh, he didn't research mines. Okay. Not researching mines here. I guess going straight for siege tank or going for a second factory a little bit quicker. Skipping that mines. That's interesting. Most Terran players opt to get those mines out as quickly as possible. Oh, probe transfer here. Another probe going down. Nicely done. Good timing here by Mong, our Terran player. Ooh, and a 3rd base right away. Mong going to try to snowball his lead at the moment. See if he can get himself into an even better position by taking a super quick 3rd. Best not aware of this yet. Should fly to the left just a little bit further. He'll be able to spot out that base. It's going to be tough to hold 3 bases, though, here against Best with his micro and this Reaver shuttle out on the map. Oh, man, he's got no turret back here in the back of his natural either. Oh, this could be really painful. Best could get a ton of damage here at the natural if he lands in that mineral line. Let's see how this goes. He spots it right away with that engineering bay. Ooh. Oh, it actually goes off. 4 kills. I didn't think that was going to connect, but Best gets a lucky break there. And cops 4 SCV kills immediately. That's going to bring things back a little bit here. He still has ground to make up, but 4 kills definitely headed in the right direction here. Scarab does get blocked there in the mineral line and will not deal any damage. Just gonna fly out here now. Best avoiding this Goliath. Gonna loop back around, and he might be able to deny the SCV on the command center. We'll see if that does occur. It would be a great boon to Best right now, who's just kind of behind in almost every way at the moment. Can see his supply just barely eclipsing Mong's at the moment. 10 supply ahead. He's going to try and take a 4th base, but this 3rd from Mong puts him in such a good position to hit a 2-1 timing. The 2nd armory is on the way. That'll be just right in time here. A few more gateways going down in the main for Best. And what does he have for a follow-up? Is he going to go straight over into a Templar play from here? He might have to. He needs to play a scrappy game against Mong in this situation. Running right by the Wraith. The Wraith a little bit slower than the Shuttle, but a big Scarab here in the main. Oh man, that Scarab gets a ton of kills. We've got 8 and 2. Another 2 kills at the end there, so about 12 to 14 kills between the 2 of those Reavers, getting a lot of damage, but now we don't have any Reavers left over. I feel like, though, that was a great timing for Best to move in and drop those Reavers off. There's no really good push timing to come right now from Mong. He's powering up a little bit too hard, so he's not really ready to go across the map at the moment. So generally, when the Protoss player loses double Reaver with the Shuttle, it opens up a big timing for the Terran player to come across the map kind of uncontested with no Reavers to harass that army. They can get into a good position and try to make a push happen, but that push just doesn't really exist here for Mong, because he's waiting for a little while. He's waiting for that +2/+1. He doesn't have the factory count that he needs to push yet, so I feel like that was a great move from Best. Even though it's not going to completely even things out here, I feel like his position is getting a lot better. He's taking this base down in the bottom left-hand corner, though, and I feel like that might be a bit of an economic overextension from Best. Taking another base, going up to 5 base, when Mong is clearly gunning for a +2/+1 attack here, a big all-in push. He's only got 1 machine shop. I think he will be adding a 2nd machine shop on here shortly. And gearing up for that big push. He hasn't lost a single tank all game. He's been building up that tank count really, really nicely. He hasn't been wasting vultures needlessly throughout. So I think he's going to have a massive, massive army here to take on Best. And now this shuttle, Best absolutely should not be losing this one. He needs this to slow down the push in order to buy time for his army to build up. There's a storm, but he loses the dropship, and he's not going to get too much from this storm play either. The storm drop really gets very, very little in terms of SCV damage, and really Mong not too worried about SCV damage at this point. His real concern is making this push work. He's growing in supply here, 140, just 10 supply behind his opponent. And that's really where you want to be here as a Terran. Really close in supply to your opponent means that Terran is ahead right now. Full gateway army from Best. He's adding on a ton more gateways. He's going to be adding on gateways in the bottom left-hand corner, but I doubt that those will come into handy here for him in this game. It feels like everything's going to end here in the next about 4 or 5 minutes as Mong pushes across the map and tries to take out Best. Over here in this area here is a great location to push through. He can also go through the high ground there, but throwing away a bunch of vultures here, maybe not the greatest idea for Mong right now. You don't really want to get rid of all your vultures right before you push, so maybe we're going to see Mong delay a little bit longer, get his tank count just a bit higher before initiating that push out. He's also going to have to rebuild all these vultures that he just lost. Ooh, flying into the main, but going to lose that shuttle immediately. Storm drops, could get huge damage right here, right now. Great storm on these low ground SCVs. Some storms on the high ground SCVs as well in this main base, dealing quite a bit of damage. Mong sending out more vultures across the map, but only 3 Dragoons here to meet them. He could get massive damage done in this bottom left-hand main if he goes right now. Could even cancel these cannons as well at the possible 6th base here from Best. Gonna get this cannon and should get the next as well. Oh man, running right into mines. Best falling apart a little bit. Oh god, that is not good. We've seen this best before, running directly into mines. Not a good look on any Protoss player, but occasionally Best does get like this. In some of these KCM games, we've seen it before. Running straight into mines. Mong sees that army down there in the bottom left, and he's correctly recognizes this as the time to push. More mines coming out and dealing even more damage. Big probe transfer coming through the middle of the map. This could be the turning point of the game here. Oh god, that storm though. Oh, 5 kills. 5 tanks go down in a double storm there from Best. Huge damage, man. What a crazy storm that was. But is it going to be enough to break the position here of Mong? He's gotten so far forward because of that missed position from Best, sending his army down to the bottom left-hand corner. Excuse me, Best is struggling here to get an army together that can actually fight this mech in the center of the map. These vultures just surrounding the dragoons and picking them all off. Really nicely done here from Mong. Look at how many vultures he's got here. At least 2-3 groups. He's going to push into the natural now behind this, taking a base at the center right as well. Just such crisp, perfect play for a Terran. To just classic push out. Gonna break in towards the natural now. Try to shut off circulation here. Get on top of these rally points, and a Arbiter is out now, but it's just so late. This Arbiter not going to be able to do much of anything at this point. Some Zealots doing their work over there at the brand new 4th base of Mong, but there weren't a lot of SCVs there, and that was just pure Zealot picking off a few SCVs. Mong going to start to split his army up now as well. Send some army down to the bottom center to pick off that base as well. And I'm feeling it for Mong right now, dude. This guy is doing really, really good. Breaking through these cannons. Just not even giving a shit about those cannons and their range. Just going at it. Hitting them in tank mode there and breaking through. Now dropping some Zealot bombs here, but what is that gonna do? I mean, I guess he could pick up a few vultures, but look at this tank army right in front of his face. He can't even deal with that. His supply has dropped to just 118, and I think we're gonna see Best going out first here, guys. Mong is just looking too strong. 165 supplies still, and he's mining happily now at the 3 o'clock. Not much play left here for Best, who's now supply blocked brutally. He's going to be losing even more pylons here shortly, as well as this army comes down towards the bottom left. He's going to surround and kill the last few dragoons on the map, and this should be the tap out moment here for Best. Going for one last Hail Mary recall down here into the 3 o'clock, but there's no storms in this area. Ooh, the mines get big connects there. Huge connects on those vultures, killing like 7 or 8 vultures for just 1 or 2 mines. 1 or 2 zealots as well, but now Mong breaking down over here to the bottom left. Should be able to kill the remainder of these cannons. Oh, that storm though. Just 2 tanks left over. Out come the vultures. Should be able to clean up these tanks, but GG is called. Best gets kicked out of game number 1. Well, a really nice game there. A nice clean Terran versus Protoss game there from Mong in our last one. Just by the book play from him. Dispatching of Best easily in that first game. I definitely think that he got a nice early lead, and that kind of precipitated the win there for Mong, but did some really nice positional play as well. The hold against the Reavers wasn't the greatest, but you know, there are always mistakes made in every Broodwar game. There's no such thing as a perfect Broodwar game, although some of you may disagree. Definitely think that there's always mistakes. There's always ways to improve, no matter how you're playing this beautiful, beautiful gem of a game. There's always small optimizations that can be made, and I think that Mong, he played a great one. We'll see how he does here now against Solkey, one of my absolute favorite players, maybe my favorite player. I don't know. This guy is something special, man. It looks like he's going to be going for the one base style here on this map. Now I can't even remember what the heck it's called, but it is an ASL map. We've only seen this build used one time in ASL, but it seems to be very popular right now in KCM, and I can see why, dude. Going for really, really quick muta, one base muta, getting 2 to 4 lings, killing that, killing the Chrysalis, and then just getting double expand. It works so damn good. I'm really surprised that we didn't see it used more in ASL, but hey, it is what it is, man. Sometimes these builds, they don't quite catch on in time. People have been practicing their own type of styles, their own ideas, and kind of want to just try doing things their own way. But I really feel like the one build that we saw Jaedong showcase, I'm not sure if he actually was the originator of this build, but for this map, but it is definitely him that we first saw use this build here, and to great effect against both Terran and Protoss. I guess it was versus Protoss the very first time, but it does seem to work well against Terran as well. I imagine it might even do very well against Zerg. Although Lings do kind of take out temples pretty fast. They do have armor though. I'm not sure if this would work against Zerg quite as well as it works against Protoss and Terran, but we're gonna see a third base get thrown down here shortly, I believe. Looks like Solkey actually saving money for his mutas to come out first, I believe, which is not exactly the way this build goes. He's sending out the drone now, so he's going to take the third base just slightly slower after the first few mutas pop. And they're going to send those directly across the map while taking the third. So actually, this might be the way. I can't remember now. I actually forget whether the mutalisks are built first or after the third base. But regardless, he's got that third. He's got the super early mutas, and he's going to start to deal a ton of damage here. I think Mong is just dead. He doesn't have a single piece of anti-air here at his third base, and I don't think he has the means to get any up either. He's got a few Marine medic, but I don't think he has stim. No, doesn't have stim, and he doesn't have range either, obviously. Some turrets are starting to go up, but basically Solkey just going to be able to push everything away. He's going to be able to kill this command center, actually. His command center has no chance of getting back home. He's going to try to run it back, but this is a lot of damage. That's quite a few mutas hitting it all at the same time, especially if Solkey mutas this. As long as he mutas this, he is going to take out this command center. Oh, it's actually really close here. Command center floating. SCVs coming. Is he going to go after the SCVs or the Marines? He actually goes after the SCVs there briefly, and now going to fall back. I thought for sure he was going to dive on those Marines there and just try to take the win. If you kill this command center, there's almost no coming back for you. It's just so brutal. Back at home, we've got an evolution chamber and a Hydralisk den, so transition point on the way here for Solkey. He's still putting on the pressure, though. Can still try to come in here, deal some more damage, although there is a science vessel now, so quite a bit more dangerous for his mutas if the Irradiate goes down on the bottom muta here. It could deal a ton of damage, so he's just going to head back, be happy with the position that he's found himself in, which is definitely a great position here to be as a Zerg player, with your opponent forced to lift off and run away with their command center. There's not really a better position that I can imagine. Nice Irradiate, but it goes on the top muta. Easily able to pull that one out. He's even going to run in, try to deal some damage with it, though doesn't get much. And at this command center now going to come in and land. No more radiates here for the moment here for Mong, so these mutas can try to deal a little bit more damage. Just going to back away for now. Everything kind of settling down from this position. We've got Soul Key getting his Queen's Nest. We'll have that Hive coming down shortly. Is he going to go for a Hydraless Defiler game out of this? It is the classic 3-base style. 4th base going to be a little harder to take on this map, as there's not really a base that can be taken and easily defended with just a few lurkers. You really have to commit to the defense if you go for a 4th base here as Soul Key. He was looking for a kill there on one or both of these. Oh, can he get it? Oh, yo, that was so good. Mong pulling back nicely, but gets a single Science Vessel, and the second one, half HP. Some more Scourge could pop out here. Maybe he can get a second one. That's huge. Picking up that first Science Vessel is massive. It's going to make things so much harder for Mong now. He sees the build. What can he do about this? A Defiler's Den on the way already. The first tank has only now just popped out. I think that the consume upgrade should be finished long before Mong can push through all of the temples and energy generators. What are they? Power generators in the middle of the map. It's going to take a long time, so definitely going to have consume ready by then. I don't know what Mong can do here. Soul Key is just in such a dominant position. He's going to be building an insane number of Hydra and Lurker to get ready for this push when it's time to fight. With the Dark Swarm, he will be 100% ready. Looks like a 4th base maybe going down. Oh no, this is just a few Mutalists over here in the center left, preparing that location for a potential future expansion. But I think Soul Key will just stick on 3 base for now, at least until he's got a real decent army out on the map, one that can battle against what Mong's fielded so far. Oh, these 2 tanks are so stupid. They actually can't go through there. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. That is crazy that they're not able to fit through that location, despite the fact that there was a building there a moment ago. That is wild to me. Now a 3rd base coming down for Mong. And this is okay for Soul Key. The traditional rules of Terran versus Zerg do not apply in this situation. You do not have to be a full base ahead here as the Zerg player in order to be in a good spot. 3 base versus 3 base, not the worst if you are Zerg in this situation. As long as you've got Plague and tons of Hydras, you can play okay here. It's like the first 3 Irradiates go down, a 4th Irradiate there on a Defiler. Gonna be very annoying, but cannot push through here. Mong just gonna have to back away now and set up a sieged position here at the front of Soul Key's base. Not gonna be able to push in for now. Soul Key just has the tech necessary to block this. Looks like a maybe drop play from Sulky. How did he get that drone up there? I think he must have used that Overlord to drop it into that position, which is interesting. Maybe he's going to use drops a little bit later on Mong's main base. Looks like coming out now for a fight. Defiler is here. Where's the Plague? Where's the Irradiate? Nice Plague there on a whole bunch of the Marines. And of course, nice sniping with the Hydra as well. Really, really good job by Sulky, capitalizing on that Plague and getting the Science Vessel. Now he's going to be pushing through the middle. His army, his standing army, is pretty good right now. He needs to bulk up a little bit more, though. Add on a bunch more Hydras and get a few more Plagues as well. Just get the value out of these units. Hydras in the front. Got to push back the Science Vessels here. Doesn't want to get irradiated. There's the Irradiate, though. Mong actually able to get it without losing his Science Vessel, which is huge. Little Plague goes down there. Not the greatest in the world, but it's up to Sulky now to defend his Defilers with the Hydras. Try to keep the Science Vessels off of them while he tries to land Plagues with his Defilers at the same time. Now, double drop coming around the map here. Where is this going to be going? Of course, prime target here in the center left, but it seems like he's headed towards the bottom center. He's going to be spotted by these Overlords, but it's a little bit too late. There is the sunken colony here. A ton of Hydras being moved to this location. He should be capable of holding this off. There's only one medic with this army. Quite a few Science Vessels here, throwing down some Irradiates. And, of course, that D-Matrix as well. Really clutch, keeping that SCV, or keeping that Marine alive for a long time there. These two dropships just going to be picked off, unfortunately. Oh, drops over here. Coming over to this base. That's interesting. Loading up a Defiler. I wonder if he was going to fly that around the map and try to get a drop going with Defilers and Lurkers. Possibly loading up once again. Going to send those around. Yeah, he actually loaded that up. In some fresh Overlords. Going to send them to the center right. Try to get a distractionary force here to the natural base of Mong. Could be a real annoyance here for him, but look at all the turrets here. Oh my goodness, turrets and bunkers everywhere. But of course there is that critical Defiler. And he drops off the Lurkers and Defilers. Oh, dropship almost losing its life there. Another base in the top left-hand corner. Mong gonna deal with that one nicely at least. Trying to repair these bunkers. A fool's errand from Mong there. Oh, that was a pretty good move. He put the Defiler on top of his Lurker so that Mong couldn't get the Irradiate off there until the Defiler was dead. So kind of optimizing that drop, trying to get the maximum amount of damage out of that. It's like running forward here with the Defiler, going to get a pretty decent Irradiate. Not the greatest. It was a good move to run forward here and prevent that Defiler from moving any closer to Mong's base. Now, a counterattack over here in the top left-hand corner. This could come up, or could come to the center left here and deal some damage, but Lurkers already being mobilized, sent to this location to deal with these Marines. Not really paying attention to this attack here. Gonna lose every single Marine. Unfortunate for Mong, although he did stop that base. Now another drone can just be sent over there immediately. Double drop once again. Gonna come around this side. What can he do? What can Mong do to this base with already Lings and Hydras in that location? I think that Sulky will be ready for this. He's not actually moving his stuff. Now he is. Go for the dropship. Oh, that dropship was so low. It's just pure fire bat. What the heck? So many fire bats here, just gonna rip these drones a new one. Uh-oh. Quite a few of those drones do go down, but Hydras are coming up to defend. Looks like both of the dropships went down. And the rest of the fire bats will be cleaned up. They unfortunately didn't chase down the drones there, which all evacuated to the north. Now a defiler coming up here. Going to shore up the defenses on the top left-hand corner. 4 gas is secure for Sulky. He wants to take a fifth gas, excuse me. Getting a little bit greedy here. When are the Ultralists going to pop out? He's got to be going for it soon. Well, gonna consume a lurker there just to get that real nice plague off on all of these science vessels. There's a crazy amount of science vessels here, though. This science vessel count is getting kind of out of control. There we go, starting to pick off a few of them. Sulky doing some good trading here in the middle. What is his late game plan, though? Where are the Ultras? I feel like those have got to be coming in here shortly. Looks like a bunch of Marines going to run around the side. Oh, this Nidus is completely undefended. He needs to pop through as much as he can right now. He's going to focus that down. He gets the Nidus, but a bunch of units pop through, and I think this should be enough for Sulky to defend here. At least until another Nidus network comes up. Yeah, a ton of lurkers going to come up here, just execute these Marines. Base flying over to the top left. I don't know how long that's going to be there. Could be for a while, though, if Sulky doesn't try to take that base. You definitely wouldn't expect Terran to be mining from that that base up there in the north. That's a pretty crazy 4th base to take, but Hmong gonna start to produce some SCVs from that location. Hydra's coming out with the Dark Swarm. Nice plague as well. Really good plague on all those Marines. Oh god, so many low HP. Science vessels here. Got to be careful not to move into range of these Hydras. They'll just pop like balloons if they do. Now, Sulky moving through the middle. He's got a pretty decent Hydra force here, and he should be able to cover for a Defiler moving through the middle and start to put the pressure back onto Hmong. Hmong just irradiating everything on this side of the map, and now it looks like another Nidus network has finished. Sulky just makes lurkers out of all those irradiated Hydras. Getting great value out of those. Another Defiler coming up here. Big plague on all these Marine Medic and Firebat. There's a quick D-Matrix, though, on that front. Firebat tries to push through, but Hydra surrounding this. Uh-oh, dropships flying over the high ground here. This flank of Hydra's gonna clean up everything. Drop's gonna land over here in the top center. Will reveal the location of that additional command center, though. I think Sulky gonna be pretty surprised to see that there. But these Marines gonna go forward. A big attack coming from Sulky here through the middle of the map. This is gonna reach his natural. This is gonna reach Hmong's main base, actually. Very, very scary stuff here. There's the Defiler. He hasn't seen it until just this moment, and the Dark Swarm is down on his rally point. This is so painful. Trying to clear your rally point here is incredibly annoying for Hmong. He's going to have to re-rally all of these barracks while dealing with this attack and all the other stuff going on the map. Super, super frustrating. Popping full Firebats, though. Going to surround and kill the majority of these Hydras. Could even get all of the lurkers here, too, although there's quite a few in eggs at the moment. Looks like clearing out this attack here at the top left. Sulky gonna deal with these Marines nicely. A few more lurkers popping out here. The Firebats are present, but only one D-Matrix Firebat. Not going to be enough to clear out all of these lurkers and Hydras. More Marines coming forward here with the D-Matrix. Can he actually do it? I don't think so. Hmong just about out of steam. GG. Solkey takes him down in an extended game that really, he was ahead from the very beginning. Nicely done, though. Solkey utilizing that one hatch muta on this map to great effect here. Mong just not expecting it. And that's the build, boys. That is the build for that map. I'm calling it right now. That build is so strong for Zerg on this map. I just noticed that I crossed off Mong's name. How stupid is that? Oh my god, guys. I meant to cross off best. I am so sorry. Alright, I will fix that now. I guess I don't actually have to fix it. I'll just cross off best name and then we'll be good, right? Alright, we're going into game number 3. Alright, guys. Our next game here, Mini versus Solkey. Mini spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, Solkey in the top right. Coming to you now from the Extreme Fun Center here in Washington. I don't remember the name of the city. Somewhere in Washington. That's what I'll say. But quick update here. There's actually more cars in the parking lot now than there was when this fun center was open. Don't know what that's all about. Like some action going on out there. If we hear any shots fired in the background, we'll probably be stopping this and driving out of here. I'm gonna be honest with you. But fair amount of action, man. There's more action in this parking lot than when it was open. There was like, I think 5 cars here before. Now there's, I don't even know. But all of them were employees of this center. And it is also in an abandoned mall. I guess I didn't mention that before, but the mall is abandoned. It's just the fun center that's left. And it is dying, man. America. My god. The American Mall. The death of the American Mall. Seeing it right out my window. But then, of course, we do have a Starcraft game going, so I should probably talk about that. The third base coming down here. Mini not able to block that. He actually might have been wanting that base to go down. He is damaging it pretty brutally here and may end up forcing the cancel. Uh-oh. That second Zealot coming up here. I think we've seen this movie before. The second Zealot is definitely going to force the cancel here, and Solkey just going straight across the map. He does not care one tiny bit about that attack. He just wants to put the pressure back on his opponent. Oh my god, 2 kills already on this Zealot. It's only at 80 health, man. That's some pretty deadly micro there from Mini here. Now gonna run in with the Zerglings, gonna go after a couple of probes, but gets nothing. Not even a single unit going down for Mini just yet. Now finally does get a Zealot picked off, but so many Lings have gone down here. Great blocking as well. Oh man, Mini is all over him right now. This is bad news. Great kill there as well. Gets the 2 shots with the probe and the 2 shots with the Zealot. Gets another kill. 2 more drones go down in the main base. Oh man. Solkey is in a world of hurt right now. He is in so much trouble. He built even more Lings. He's got no drones at the natural. He's got nothing for a third base. He doesn't even have that down anymore. And he did almost 0 damage at the Protoss natural. I don't like to call games too soon, but we've seen this situation a million times before. Mini is looking so good here. I don't think that there's any way for Sulky to come back right now. We're gonna see, man. It's gonna take an absolute miracle, though. If anyone can pull it off, of course, Sulky, absolute hero in this matchup. I don't know if even Hero could pull this off, but yeah, he's gonna get the surround on that probe. However, I guess Mini doing the smart thing here. You know, he's already so far ahead. Don't make the mistake of sending your zealots out, getting killed by a big Ling counter. Make sure you get a second cannon up and keep zealots in your wall. That's really the only way to die in this situation. Yeah, I don't want to pull a Bisu from last week and just send your zealots across the map. He lost his probe, so he's being nice and careful here. There are quite a few Lings now. Not nearly enough to stop this number of zealots, though. So Sulky is droning behind this. He's getting the Spire as well. He's got the second gas, too, so we're definitely going to see Muta here, and that's a great way to get back into the game as Sulky, for sure. But Mini just being so careful, man. And a cannon in the main, 2 cannons at the front. Second Stargate. Oh, man. This is big brain here from Mini. He knows he's in such a good position. He's just dotting every I, crossing every T here, making sure that there's no way for his opponent to get a leg up on him. He's going to have a ton of Corsairs out here, and this play from Sulky will be completely shut down. Really predicting exactly what's going to be coming here from his opponent. He's got a Dragoon out as well. That's a nice backup Dragoon, just gonna eat damage from any Mutalisk attack. There's the first few Mutas popping out. He's gonna start to move forward here with his Zealot Dragoon force, but really just wants to push things away, find out what his opponent's doing, and he now finally does see that. 3 Mutas, the right number to kill a probe there. Tries to get a hit on one of these Corsairs. I think he got one of those Scourge to connect, but not enough to kill one of these Corsairs. Now, I think it's all been revealed. He now knows 100% that there is a double Stargate here. Now he needs to really switch up his style, maybe get into some lurkers, just start to produce Hydras, maybe get some more Sunkens out. Anything's going to help here against this ground army, except for Mutas. He definitely can't produce any more Mutas at this point. He's just going to get completely run over. Here comes the Zealots. They should have +1 and speed in just a moment. Another couple of moments here. He does pick up the Dragoon. That's not too bad. Really takes almost no damage from that Dragoon. The explosive damage dealing very, very little to these Mutas. Now he comes in, gets some good connections with these Scourge, but not enough to win this fight. Hydra's going to take the fight against these Zealots, but they have nowhere to retreat to. The SimCity is not good here in the front from Sulky. He doesn't have any static defense, no sunken colonies here to fall back to. He's just producing a few Hydras at a time. Tons of Overlords are going down. He's getting supply block, losing drones in the main, in the natural. Big supply block here. He's even losing an Overlord down in the bottom center as well. A third base is going to be on the way for Mini shortly. That's not a base that can be attacked either. One more Overlord likely to go down here shortly. Some more Zealots coming over to pick off a few more drones if they can, but he does pull all of that back. Big supply block here. Massive supply block. 38 of 20. Oof, that's brutal. So many. Oh god, yeah, he's just gonna GG. Can't do anything, can't get an Overlord out. It's such a painful situation to be in. But that's the way that Mini wanted to close it out. It's definitely a clean way to finish things off here. Just prevent your opponent from really building anything. That's the two Stargate Corsair for you. A great early game there from Mini. Excellent control, as we expect from him, with the Zealot probes at his natural. Just shuts down the counterattack from Soul Key and cleans things up from there. He'll be going on to face either Royal or JYJ in the next game. Just hang on, guys. We're jumping into that one next. Alright, guys. I've got one more game left in me. We're heading into this next one. Pick this up tomorrow. We've got Mini versus JYJ. Mini down in the bottom right-hand corner. JYJ up here in the top right. It's going to be a pretty normal game here. Of course, Mini gonna snag a early Nexus here. 12 Nexus, very early. Not as early as Protosly possible. We're all 1-all in this series so far. One of each race has been eliminated, so pretty much an even series so far, which is nice to see. But no kills so far for Terran. Hopefully that's going to change soon. I think Terran's been tearing it up in the ASL, but just not doing well in KCM. I mean, really not doing well in KCM this so far. It's kind of crazy how much the Protosses and Zerg are just dominating this tournament. Specifically this season. It hasn't been this way in previous seasons, but Terran just struggling so mightily. It's kind of painful to see, because in other tournaments it seems so much more evenly matched, with Terrans, Zergs, and Protoss getting very similar results. The distribution of players being really similar. But I feel like if you played in KCM and you got eliminated, and then you weren't able to come back next week, something like that, we didn't just have 3 Terran, 3 Protoss, and 3 Zerg every week, I think all the Terrans would be gone, man. By this point, we'd just be watching ZVPs all day, because they would all be they'd all be out of here. Luckily, that's not the case. Looks like a few Zealots moving around the outside of the map, but nothing here to defend for Mini. This is kind of a weird strategy we're seeing out of him. Going for that really quick Nexus, and then going for 3 Zealot afterwards, trying to go and harass, but there's already a bunker. He's got to put this in. Oh, drop the barracks. Oh man, just push directly away. JYJ on his way to winning this game, man. This Vulture just crushing. He doesn't have a Dragoon here either. Looks like the Dragoon sent directly out on the map to try and do some counter damage. She's going to lose so many probes, though. 4 probes. An unforgivable number to lose this early in the game. He's going to try and break through, maybe? But as long as there's SCVs to repair, he just survives, right? And this tank gonna pop out and help things out as well. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Mini in a terrible situation here. He's gonna try and break this bunker here, I think, and it's really his only move at the moment. Can't try to play this out in a long game. There's just no way. He's going after the SCVs here. SCVs being killed. Focusing those down. Now it can focus the bunker. Blocking the SCVs from repairing is the big problem here. He's actually stopped a lot of those from repairing. He's killed quite a few SCVs as well. But JYJ just going to unload his bunker, immediately go across the map. He killed those 2 Dragoons. He's dealt a lot of damage here. Oh, straight into Dark Templar. That's interesting. Mini going to try and get a quick win here. If he can, just go straight into DT. We don't see a engineering bay just yet. Where is engineering bay? He built a 2nd factory and a 3rd factory. Uh-oh, no engineering bay. Is Mini gonna somehow bring this to a win? That's crazy to me if he does. If JYJ just completely goes without building any detection here, he might just straight up lose. There's the engineering bay. It started, but that's not in time. This first DT's definitely going to make it in. Another tank coming out, no vultures available. And I don't think we have any mines researched yet. This Templar's coming in, man. This is going to be really hard to deal with. He moves forward. He looks for a potential turret there in the front. He's going to start to move out here. 2 Dark Templars. Just coming right in here to the main base. This one's going to hit in the natural, start to kill SCVs. Missile turret is coming up here, but as long as Mini keeps his eyes on this main base, he should be able to stop this from ever finishing. Might even be able to break in here. Oh, this counterattack here. There's no scan. Oh, the mine! Mine! Oh, the mine. The greatest mine of all time. Oh my goodness, that mine was so good. Oh, that never happens, man. That was such a good mine hit. Finally drags that mine with the DT into the main base, into the main mineral line, and just crushes that. All the SCVs went down there. Everything else is just getting smashed. I don't know how these Dragoons made it into the main, but they're there, wreaking havoc. The tanks and Marines are in the main base trying to do something. There's really not much to be done. The SCVs are all going down here in the main base. This, drags the mine. Oh, and he kills the DT. Still, this is such a bad position. How many probes are left? How many SCVs? I'd love to see a count on this, because this could get really crazy really quickly. Almost loses one of the vultures. Gonna get both of them now. Great movement. Able to get them both. Now gonna run in here to the natural. I think JYJ just lift off, man. You don't need that extra income at all. Extra income is completely useless to him right now. Gonna run by with another DT. Oh, he swipes and kills that mine. Oh, and he gets another one. Does make it into this mineral line as well. JYJ is just in a world of hurt right now. He's got 1 vulture and no mines left for that vulture either. Does get a single hit there. Doesn't really need these supply depots at the moment. Supply depot is kind of a moot point here. And kill a few more SCVs. Gonna run in. Oh my god! Second mine. Oh, Jesus Christ, that mine. Holy God, look at KCM's face. Oh my god, yes. Those were two of the best mines I've ever seen. Beautiful, beautiful connects there. Such a good move from Mini, who was in just a terrible position there. Absolutely horrible. Should have done what Mini did in that. JYJ should have done what Mini did in that last game. Just cross the T's, dot the I's. Just make sure you've got everything, the counter to anything that could get your opponent back into the game. You've killed so many probes. Just make sure you can't be killed by the counterattack. Mini did it so well in his game versus Soulkey, but JYJ failed to close up those holes in his defense to get himself into a good position in the late game. Mini brings it back with the comeback, man. That DT play, just so good. Oh yeah, I love it. Of course, I hate it when I'm playing against it, but I love to see it. The way that Mini microed that was fantastic. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Take it over, Scott from tomorrow. Alright, future Scott here, taking over. It is now the following day. We are in Westport, Washington right now. Had a great day. Did crab fishing for the very first time today. It was a heck of a lot of fun. Caught 5 crabs, man. Pretty good haul for the very first day. And brought them home, cooked them, ate them. Photos are going to be up soon on Patreon for those of you who support the channel. Thank you very much. And God, that last game, guys, I just went back and watched the mine hits. Oh my God, definitely worth a rewatch. Those mines were ridiculously good. Like, you can just never see mine hits quite that good. It's always really close, right? Like the mine drag, it looks like it's gonna hit, but it just barely doesn't. Sometimes it just damages the SCVs. Sometimes the range is just a little bit, they're just a little bit too far out of range to get that juicy one hit. But in that previous, man, oh my God, so many kills. And KCM's face, always hilarious. Oh my, it's so funny. I might throw a replay up on screen right now. But that was a great one. An epic comeback from Mini. This man knows how to gamble. That's what we're learning right now, is this dude knows how to gamble. We've always known it, actually. We've seen him in ASL throwing out builds like 2-gate in the center of the map on Game 7 of an ASL Finals. That was a few seasons ago, but still, the gambling from Mini. He's not lost his taste for it, that's for sure. But that's the right situation to go for a gamble. When you're that far behind, you absolutely have to take some sort of gamble to get back in the game, and Mini does it successfully. Now he's here against Soma in our number 5 match of the night. Looks like a little bit of blocking going down here. Whoa, that was really good. Again with the block. Mini not really paying attention to this Zealot, just kind of setting it across, dealing damage with his probe. And the Zealot has been pretty delayed here. Lings are going to be coming out very soon. This is a 12 hatch out of Soma, so it's going to be popping Lings shortly, just heading directly down into that crevasse there between the gas and minerals, making sure that can get the maximum value out of that first Zealot. But Soma gonna ignore that for now, just sending his Lings. Oh no, he's coming back. He was actually trying to bait out a little bit Mini to move his Zealot in for a couple of hits, try to surround that, but now he's actually heading across the map, gonna try and put that pressure on. We've seen this play out before in Mini versus Soulkey. Mini just so handy with these Zealot Ling blocks in the early game. We'll see if he can do it again this one. Soma a little bit quicker on the draw with his Lings and almost gets by there. And is going to look for another position where he can slip through. More Lings are being produced, and speed is done. Someone going to come in here for the kill if he can. A cannon is on the way. Can he actually surround this? Really good surround here. The probe actually getting in the way of the retreat of these Zealots. 2 Zealots are going to go down here pretty quickly. He's actually focusing on the lower Zealot, which is hilarious. Actually, both Zealots end up going down. He's going to jump on this cannon. No, running past here with 2 low HP Zerglings. A ton of Lings coming up, though. Let's see if he can slip by and kill this cannon. It's still not done somehow. That cannon taking forever to warp in. He's pulled away the probes. Can he actually run in and kill this cannon? It looks like he might be able to. Going after the probe first. To jump on the cannon now. That's pretty good surface area. Only 2, 3. Wait, he jumps off of it. Surprising there. I think you only need 2 or 3 Lings to finish off that cannon, but maybe it would have been able to keep itself alive. Cannons do deal damage very, very fast to hitting Lings, so I'm not sure. I think, though, that maybe Soma could have focused that down, especially since he's producing more Lings. That's got to be on your mind, right? Like, going for more Lings in this situation, you kind of have to kill the cannon. Otherwise, these follow-up Lings are going to mean nothing back at home. They will actually clean up the Zealot behind the minerals that's come out now. So at least getting some use out of these, but teching into a Spire now. Soma gonna get scouted as well, though. This 2-hatch Muta play is just not gonna get him anywhere in this game. It seems like a cannon in the main base already. Stargate coming up here. I think Mini can just go double Stargate once again and be very, very comfortable here in this game. I wonder if Soma will even produce any Mutas in this situation. He hasn't taken his second gas. He's taking his third base. Gonna get a little bit of a surround here on one of the Lings. Does manage to slip away, though. Mini bringing those 4 Zealots across the map. This should be enough Lings to clean up as long as he gets good surface area here. But Mini's micro is very, very strong. Let's see how this goes. Pulling back the Zealots very nicely, keeping them in a good line here. But I think this will be cleaned up now. Soma gonna finish that off just barely with those few Lings remaining. Was producing drones back in the main base as well, so that's it's very good news for him. Not producing even a single Ling too many here for that hold. Going to try to power up as much as he can here while keeping his overlords alive, hopefully. Whoa, there's actually a few more Lings. Okay, maybe he did produce a few more Lings at that natural. Gonna try and surround and kill this Dragoon. Not able to do it. Loses 1 overlord, and these Scourge are gonna come across the map. Try to get the scout off. Oh, the Corsair almost gets picked off. Now in deep in enemy territory here. Is probably just gonna get polished off by this one more Scourge. It's going to be a difficult dodge here, but making a long loop around the top side here. Going to get this additional scout on the third base. He's seen pretty much everything. He does lose that Corsair. We got 2 more Corsairs in the main base. And what do we have for tech? Citadel. So Mini not going for that double Stargate play again. He's kind of figured out here that Soma is not going to focus on mutas. As I say that, though, look at that. Popping out a couple of mutas just to clean up these few Zealots here. He does lose 1 drone. Could end up losing another. Though this Dragoon not really doing too much. Did he actually get a kill there? I don't think the Dragoon got a kill. And that was a pretty decent hold overall from Soma. Single Zealot here, making his way into the third base. Gonna see 0 drones. So at least he knows his opponent hasn't been able to drone up completely freely so far. He's kept him on relatively minimal number of drones here. That's a lot of Scourge. He's ready for a Corsair attack here, but we'll see if that's in the cards here for Mini. Does he want to hang out and just wait, build up his army count, try to take a third base? His zealot count is very, very low, so I don't see a push coming out of him anytime soon here. Gonna start to tech up, get Templars out relatively soon. And start to build into that gateway count that we like to see. About 8 gateways is really what you want on 2 bases here. Soma really powering up. He understands his position. Only 4 mutas out on the map. This is possibly an Ogre Zerg gamer play, but this is not enough mutas to break this number of cannons. I talk about Ogre Zerg gamer play a bit on this channel, but I haven't really explained it for a little while, so let me go ahead and explain. Ogre Zerg gamer is the technical term for a player, a Zerg player, who decides to try and break a Protoss with just pure Mutalisk and Scourge, just like this, just flying in with a ton of Scourge, pushing away all of the Corsairs, killing off the cannons in the main base, and then just taking control of that main base. It's kind of a bully tactic. If your opponent doesn't know that it's coming, it can absolutely end the game. It's similar to a Hydra bust in that way. It's just, if they don't know it's coming, if they're not prepared, and suddenly you hit their main base with a ton of Mutas and Scourge, it can just take them out pretty darn quickly. So it looks like not the chosen path here for Soma in this game. He's built up quite a bit of Scourge. That may be because of the amount of gas he's mined so far. He's got 700 gas in the bank. Has been lacking on those drones for most of the game as well, though, so perhaps opting to get additional Scourge just to make up for his lack of Mutalisk and other defenses on the ground. He cannot lose his overlords to these Corsairs right now, so making a ton of Scourge just to keep his mutas alive, keep these zealots on the back foot as well. Now a third base coming up here on this high ground location. Mini got zealots over in that location as well, just keeping this a bit of a secret for now. I think that Soma might be suspicious, though. He's got the Ling over in this area. Try to track down these Corsairs. He could head to the north here and find out about that third base, but that's a very quick third from Mini, and he's taking it with relatively few resources wasted in this situation. Hive Tech immediately from Soma, though. He's going to have to grab a 4th base relatively soon if he wants to keep ahead of the Protoss player in this situation. Needs to find out about that third from Mini, though, pretty quick. Otherwise, he is going to be in a rough spot here. This is one of the things that annoys me the most about playing Zerg against Protoss, is when they start sneaking these bases, when they start getting these bases I have no idea about, and putting cannons with Templar and high ground there. It's so frustrating when you're thinking you're in one position. You think that you've got what the Protoss is doing mapped out in your head, but then suddenly you come up to a ramp and there's a ton of cannons up there, and suddenly you're just so far behind you just didn't even realize. And there's just no way to break that position either. You have to go into a later game. You have to push it into Hive. You have to get to Defiler Lurker, and that's where we're going right now for Soma. He is in full teching mode here. Whoa, tons of Corsairs taking damage there with those Scourge flying in. It seemed like they were going to pick them all off before they even connected, but the split nature of those Scourges and the lack of focus fire from the AI on those Corsairs means that quite a few of them end up going down. There's only 3 left now. Just 3 Corsairs left, and maybe someone wants to pop out a few more Mutalisks now and take advantage of that lack of Corsair. Try to pick off a few Templar here. Could be a good move from him. Looks like a 4th base coming down at the bottom left, but Mini is between the army of Soma and that base, and it's very likely he'll be able to take that down. 3 Overlords heading around the top side of the map. Maybe a drop coming in. Could possibly be a big frontal attack here from Mini. He's kind of missed that base down in the bottom left. Instead, he's going to try and crack the natural here. There's quite a few lurkers and sunken colonies. This doesn't feel like a breakable location at the moment. Maybe Mini just wanting to get a few storms off, just kind of use some of that energy up. Deal some damage there to a few of these lurkers, but it doesn't really pan out very well. Now, Mini having a Zealot up there at 12 o'clock, just checking for any additional expansions. Really unfortunate that he didn't send a couple Zealots to the bottom left there when he had control of that area, because now it looks like Soma may just be able to completely dominate that area, get a few lurkers up on that high ground, and then there's really no way to take that. It's a double-sided coin, really, in this, a two-sided coin in this matchup. Protoss can take a base with cannons and Templars on high ground, but alternatively, Zerg can also take a base with Defiler, Lurker, and Sunken on high ground, and it's pretty much unbreakable in both cases. Looks like Defiler just gets the consume upgrade done in time. We'll be able to throw down some Dark Swarm here, and these huge amounts of dragons just not really able to do anything now. They are going to sit down here on low ground and fire away at some of these buildings. Maybe you could get a hatch possibly, but aside from that, I don't think he's going to get too much more damage there. Lings are going to come up and dive underneath the Dark Swarm, start to deal some damage. Here comes a dropping up here in the top left. Unfortunate, though. Just gets crushed. 2 storms on these lurkers, and these sunken colonies on high ground are going to get taken down. There's a Nidus network. A bunch of units are going to pop out of that. Storm. Okay, doesn't use it. Both the Templars go down, and it may be Soma can actually hold that location. That was really, really clutch there, getting those units through the Nidus just barely in time to possibly hold that 4th base. A lot going on the map here with drops and run-bys here on both sides of the map. It's pretty hard to follow, but it feels like Mini can actually break this location now. There's a couple of Sunkens finishing up, and oh man, a great storm on that Nidus network. Everything popping out of here is just going to get obliterated. A Dark Swarm comes down, but there's just too many Zealots over here at this 4th. I think that this will be broken, and all of these drones going to go down. Another 4th base up in the top right-hand corner, though, from Soma. A 5th base coming out of Mini. It feels like he's running away with this game. Tons of army heading from Mini up towards the top right-hand corner. This is going to be the last stand here for Soma. If he can't hold this 4th base, this mineral-only 4th base in the top right-hand corner, it's just going to be lights out for him. Mini actually swinging back around now, looking for an alternative place to attack. Looks like Soma, with the Defiler and Lurkers heading up to the 12 o'clock, he's looking for another base up there, but big attack coming into the natural. All the rallies are here, and this is rough. Oh, big storm drop. Huge storm drop there. 12 kill Archon. Those are some very successful storms. Huge storms in the front here as well, just breaking through. Storms in the main too. Mini just going crazy here, taking Soma apart piece by piece. All the drones in the main and natural are now dead. Every single lurker here at the natural gone as well. It looks like Soma gonna just scramble his forces to come back here, but GG is called, and Soma taps out Mini. Once again, the victor here. How many is that now? Is that 3? I think he's taken down 3 players here so far. Really good showing from Mini this week. Taking out Soma, no small feat, man, and he did it in spectacular fashion. Holding off the Ling Rush, man. You just can't Ling Rush this man. Mini is so strong in the early game against those Lings. The Zealot control, the Probe control has been on point tonight. I hope that Hero, if he gets a chance to try and take on Mini, doesn't try to Ling Rush him, man, because it's just not been working here, and getting in a bad position against Mini is so rough. He's so good at taking bases, at taking it into the late game, at executing these great pushes, finding holes in the defense as well for these Zerg players. It's a pleasure to watch, and I think we're gonna get at least one more great PvZ here tonight. We've still got Royal in the wing, so we're gonna see Mini versus Royal. Guys, that's coming up next. Still snow waiting as well. We'll see if Royal can take him down. Let's go ahead and jump into that next game. Okay, our next game here on Eclipse, it is Mini versus Royal. Royal in the top right-hand corner, Mini in the bottom left. Mini sending out that probe right away here. Gonna start to dictate the pace of this game, most likely with a gas steal. Very, very frustrating on this map, but nothing Royal isn't used to dealing with here. He's already putting his supply depot just below his command center. Going to throw the barracks on that left-hand side as well. Start to produce a bit of a Sim City here, just to make sure that he can hold off any pressure. Oh my gosh. Mini already dealing a ton of damage to that SCV, and he's going to steal that gas now. That's a crazy early SCV, or probe, excuse me. Generally, we see the probe get to the base and immediately throw down the assimilator, but Mini, just with time to spare here as he arrives in the base, it's like coming back for even more. That SCV is getting kind of low. There's one low in the mineral line as well. Oh, pull away there. Nicely done. Royal keeping that SCV alive. Going to come back for even more. Once again, this SCV just taking a ton of damage here, being so annoying. Mini going to deal a little bit more to that SCV in the mineral line. Oh, there's that one. Oh, he loses it. Oh, man. That is incredibly demoralizing here. To lose that first SCV to just a probe. Something you rarely ever see in pro play. But happens all the time in casual online matches, of course, in ranked as well. As soon as you get a player who's a bit better than you, if they're playing Protoss versus Terran, it's kind of a given that they'll end up getting an SCV in the early game if they've got really good probe micro. It's just so hard to defend against a good player, but you don't really expect to see it with someone at the caliber of Royal, but Mini pulls it off and gives himself a pretty nice lead there. 2 Zealots now. Will this be a run by? It's kind of looking like it might be. 2 Zealots here at the front. If he just gets them together, could end up running them up that ramp. 3 Marines in the bunker, of course. Probably a 4th just popped out there, but oh no, that's the 4th right there. Killing off the gas, excuse me. So that 4th Marine gonna head down and join his buddies in the bunker. Of course, Royal just pushing out a little bit here, trying to get a little damage on that. He also brings the barracks down to complete that little wall in there. Looking like a nice Sim City from Royal. Will be very, very tough to do any diving here in this natural with a Sim City such as that. Yeah, look at that. Beautifully, beautifully placed. Now, with the tank behind there, it's almost impossible to break. You really need a shuttle in order to get on top of that tank and get rid of that, but that's probably not going to be what Mini wants to opt for this game. He's already taken his natural. He's got a robo on the way. This game, this map, excuse me, really lends itself to Protoss players in the current meta, going for shuttle play, shuttle Templar play, or mass speed shuttle play. Because the third base is so hard to take here as Terran, it's very, very far away from your natural. Breaking a Terran player as they're taking that third is naturally just a very easy way to go about taking down a Terran in this matchup on this map. So we mostly see that type of play from Protoss in these situations. Of course, a lot of Reaver play as well, or Reaver into mass shuttle play is nice as well. But the real problem with this map for Protoss comes at a much later timing. That is, of course, the situation when you end up getting a split map here. If the Terran player gets into 4 bases, can be really, really hard to win as Protoss. Assuming Terran ends up getting the top left-hand corner base. That base actually has a lot of minerals and gas at it. The 2 bottom bases at the bottom right-hand corner have, you've got 2 minerals. You've also got 2 gases as well. But, or 2 mineral fields, excuse me, and 2 gases. But a Terran player can absolutely hold on 5 bases on this map and completely drown the Protoss player out, just wear them down, a game of attrition, and eventually take that game. I've seen it happen before, but games rarely get to that phase because of this current meta, this current speed shuttle meta. And we'll see if that's what Mini wants to opt for here. He's coming across the map with a shuttle, potentially with a Reaver in it as well, though we didn't see the Reaver as of yet. Nice turret ring around the base here for for Royal, excuse me, but I see some gaps here. This is pretty scant in terms of the number of turrets that have been built so far. He's gonna come in here, just gonna fly straight on through. Where is that Reaver? Okay, it pops out. The Reaver, excuse me, the shuttle has just 7 HP left on it. Doing a great job of targeting with these tanks, just keeping them moving and saving the shots for the Reaver. The Marine coming out here. Scarab gonna kill that Marine? No, he kills tank and a couple of SCVs as well. All the Marines came out, and these Dragoons also getting a bunch of damage here in the natural while the Marines are gone. So nicely done there. I feel like a whole ton of SCVs went down in that situation. Another tank gonna go down, but 3 Dragoons traded out for it. Wow, Mini doing a great job so far in this early game, picking off quite a few tanks. I think 3 have gone down so far, plus 2 or 3 SCVs as well. That bunker and a whole bunch of SCVs in the natural. It's looking good so far. I feel like Mini once again finding himself in a good lead due to his early game here. And we'll see where he wants to take this. it feels like a fourth base maybe in the works here for Mini. Does he actually want to take a fourth? Royal building up his factory count here. He's thrown down a command center, though. He wants to take a third. All right, so Royal gonna take this late, and Mini, oh man, he is just so good. Throwing down his fourth already. We're just 9 minutes in. Royal is so far away from taking his third. He needs to build up that tank count a lot in order to move forward and take this. Of course, losing those 3 early tanks just hurts that that timing, that third base timing so much. Now a speed shuttle coming in here towards this natural. If he kills any more tanks here, it's going to be almost impossible. He kills one. Can he kill two? Looks like he will. 2 tanks go down. Maybe even a third? No. 2 tanks picked off there. This is all just hugely delaying the game plan of Royal. We've got some vultures out here on the map. We've got some Goliaths as well, but Royal not able to get out and do any sort of harassment here. He's just gearing up to take this third, and Mini is taking complete advantage of the situation. He is slowly backing this Reaver up here now that he's dealt the damage that he's dealt, that he's killed this number of tanks. He knows it's going to be a slow push out from Royal to take this third, and he's going to make it as slow as possible while his fourth base here is kicking in. We've only got 5 gateways. Doing all of this off of 5 gateways is crazy. Royal's actually got 4 or 5 factories himself, which is generally not good for the Protoss, but the fact that he's able to pump out so many probes and get so much economy behind this is insane. Now he's building up that gateway count. He's going to throw down, I would say, maybe 6, 7, possibly even 8 more gateways. Just go up to 12, 13 gates and really get strong here against this Terran player. Just have an insane number of zealots, and with that crazy zealot army, with that crazy amount of gateway units, he should be able to break Royal after he stretches out to take this third base. Wow, Mini actually thinking about taking a base in the bottom right as well, just going up to 5 base. That is insane. Look at his army supply here. There's really only one way that Mini could screw this up, is if he takes a really, really bad fight against this Terran army. Protoss High Templar already on the map. The Storm upgrade should be on the way here. A base in the top left-hand corner being taken by Mini. He's taken that double gas base up there, so his 5th base and a 6th base as well. Oh my god. Crazy. Crazy. So he might actually not even try to break Royal here. Just go into 6th base and have an insane late game. 2 Reavers coming here into the main as well. Gonna get some huge SCV kills. Crazy damage there. Looks like these last 2 Scarabs will in fact dud, but that is insane damage. He got so many kills on these SCVs. It's incredibly painful in this already disadvantageous situation that Royal finds himself in. To be losing a bunch of SCVs as well is just so bad here. Looks like Mini taking kind of a crazy number of bases here. Why not just take them all, man? Just take both bottom right-hand corner bases at this point. Just make your point known here. Just show him who's boss, really. Here comes the Templar drops as well. As Templar being thrown away for some SCV kills, which is fine. His opponent's still at 100 supply. There's not really any way he can push at this point. Couple more Templar coming down here. Gonna kill some more SCVs as well. Does a lot of damage to a ton of those SCVs. Not a lot of them end up going down, but still dealing some more damage here. Killing off that economy. Double robo facility. not surprised even a little bit to see that this style is just so strong right now. And Mini can absolutely afford to pump out an insane number of shuttles. His income is crazy. He's up to 167 supply. He's got cannons at both the top left-hand corner and the bottom right. And Royal is just struggling to get an army together, struggling to form some sort of coherent push that can possibly take on Mini's insane army here. He's going to be maxed out in about another minute to a minute and a half here. It's kind of crazy. Now going to run up into the space and spots out that Mini already has this. These transferring probes are going to make their way down to the bottom right-hand corner. Mini with a crazy amount of minerals in the bank right now. I saw he had 1,800. He's got no probes mining the main base. That is hilarious. There's 3 probes mining the main and still got all the mineral patches. That's how rich Mini is right now. Oh, does get 1 shuttle. That's nice. Thinking about taking a fight here. I don't like coming down from the high ground, but Mini just going to fly in once again, try to deal some damage to this economy. Great storms there. Huge storms on all of these SCVs. Of course, the Vulture's getting caught up in the storm there as well, just dealing with a bunch of those army units as well. And Mini just kind of sitting back here, man. I think he's got his gamer face on right now, just chilling. Kind of, you know what I'm talking about, leaning way back in the chair right now, I think. Mini just cruising right now in this game. There's really there's almost no way to really lose this. He's going to maybe run in with this army and possibly lose this army, but he can remax so fast. I almost feel like this is a good time to throw down 3 or 4 Stargates as well, and just get a fleet beacon here. Just in case you lose a full army, you can build 5 carriers at the same time. Because why not? Carriers are really, really good. He's going to throw down another storm here. He does kill a few more tanks. Goes after those tanks. A 4th base coming out from Royal. So Royal's playing this kind of properly here, at least. He knows that he can't kill Mini right now, but maybe he can split the map. Maybe he can do what I was talking about earlier, and in a battle of attrition take down Mini here, but it's gonna be a long slog from this situation, from this position, to get to that split map situation and somehow convey that into a win, where Mini has already been mining the whole map for a very long time. He's mined a lot of the minerals in the top left-hand corner. He's mined some of that gas as well. So that's not going to be a very good base for Royal to hold. More storms coming out. He's going to go on all the SCVs. A lot of them survive, but the health must be extremely low now. Going to push forward and take that 4th Royal, hanging on with just 115 supply to 188. Fleet beacon does come down, so we may end up seeing what I was talking about earlier, 4 or 5 Stargates getting thrown down. It's just a hilariously good way to close a game in a situation like this as a Protoss player. Your opponent is struggling so mightily against your ground army, and the moment they manage to get the upper hand, you switch completely into air, and their tanks just become utterly useless. You can make 5 at a time. It's just crazy. Once you get 2 rounds of carriers out, you got 10 carriers. He's definitely got the money for it, and 10 carriers, it takes so many Goliaths to deal with that. And you just don't have the ability as the Terran player here, sitting on 4 bases with a very wrecked economy. Now going to fly in here with 2 shuttles. Nice targeting on the first shuttle. Some Templar do pop out, but maybe an EMP went down there because there's no storm. Okay, storm on the tanks on the top here. Some of the minerals get stormed as well, but That was pretty good hold by Mini. Now going to come up here to the top left and try to take this base out. Royal really making this a game despite Mini being so incredibly far ahead. I think Royal might start to sit up in his seat now as Royal comes up here and takes out the base in the upper left-hand corner. Here we go. Throwing down some storms on these units in the front. Going to hit the units on the high ground as well. Only a few Dragoons do remain, but that at least keeps the base in the top left alive for just a little bit longer. We'll see how much damage Mini can do to these tanks as they try to take this base. Great D matrix there to just nullify that storm there on the high ground. But Royal's still not able to take that down, man. He's got to get a little bit closer here. There we go. 4 starports there. Stargates, excuse me. Thank you, KCM. Getting the Stargates out. And he will start to pump some carriers, just a little bit slower than what I was mentioning before. Of course, 4 carriers, still damn good. 2 rounds, you're going to have 8 carriers in a very short time. Going to surround and kill this Dragoon as well. At least Royal preventing this base from mining this corner base here in the bottom right. A potential base for him to take in the future, but will be very hard to hold that base against carriers. So not really feasible, I think, in this game to hold that location. Now double storm on the high ground here. Once again, battering this Terran player back. Mini really playing it perfectly. Not trying to take that high ground at all. Just every unit that comes down onto the low ground, confronting that with full force and then backing away as soon as he wins that fight. As soon as he erases the tanks that are within range of these buildings here. Now the carriers are... The first round of carriers are out here. Some more drops going to be on these tanks. Dropping some zealots on the high ground here. Storms on the low ground. Clears these units, and he should just back away once again. There we go. Beautiful play from Mini. Really playing out of his mind this game. So incredibly far ahead with 5k banked up minerals. I don't think that Royal even knows about these carriers at the moment. He may end up just tapping out the moment that he reveals them with 8 carriers. Once the second round of carriers comes out here, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Royal to switch his strategy into a full Goliath production to actually deal with those carriers. So he's going to be stuck and potentially just, yeah, have to tap out of this game. Now sieging up on the low ground once again. He's relentlessly trying to take down this base, but the storm's just so good here. Cleaning up a bunch of these tanks. He does force the tanks back out of range of this Nexus, at least for the time being. The assimilator is getting hit, but he's going to come forward with a few more storms, dealing that last little bit of damage. Feels like this Nexus will finally go down, but this is before the carriers are revealed here. More storms on the Vultures and Goliath. Really nice D-Matrix there, just kind of predicting where that storm was going to end up going. But here comes the carriers. 6 carriers headed up to the top left-hand corner. And this may just be it. The moment that these are revealed, man, I'm telling you. Oh, a bunch of Goliaths are already out here, actually. Hold on. Royal going to be sending up a ton of Goliaths to this top left-hand corner. Can he actually hold on? Okay. Gonna lose that. Lose the science vessel right off the bat. Gonna lose a few tanks as well. Double science vessel just going straight for those. And Mini really knows how to make it hurt, man. Just going straight for the jugular there, picking off those expensive units. And going after these Goliaths as well. Yeah, there's just not enough Goliaths here, man. Yeah, unfortunate for Royal. He's going to send some Vultures across the map, try to do whatever it is he's trying to do here. I'm not really sure what that is, but throwing down some mines or whatever. There's just so many cannons all over the place. Every base is covered with cannons. Royal is losing his tanks now. He's just fighting straight up Goliath versus Interceptor here and losing that fight. More and more turrets are going down here, and this carrier army is just going to continue to grow. Mini not really microing the best right now, but he's microing well enough that Royal is not going to be able to take this victory here. Think that another carrier arriving is probably going to be the nail in the coffin with 8 carriers here. Where's this ground army from? Mini should probably bring it up and just force the Terran player to siege at least so that he can pick off more of these tanks in the process. Yeah, see, hardly any micro for Mini, but he's just got so much here. So many carriers. There's really not a lot that Royal can do. We're going to see GG here any moment. Some stuff's going on down in the bottom right-hand corner. It looks like he might take out this Nexus, but this Nexus is yeah, it's not really necessary to Mini's grand plan here. He definitely does not need this Nexus to finish the game, and he is going to be able to keep it alive as well. Looks like the command center being focused down here. The 4th base will fall. Another command center floating into nowhere. And GG is called. Mini takes another win. Finishes off the Terrans. Gets the clapper from KCM, and damn, he deserves it. Royal goes down. Terran goes out first once again. 0 points for the Terran. That's rough, but at least we're gonna see Mini versus Hero in our next game. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And also, by the way, I should mention an opportunity here for Mini to take an all-kill this week. If he takes down Hero, he will claim that all-kill prize. Nice bit of cash in his pocket to supplement his income for this week. I think Protoss probably going to win here unless Hero just plays the games of his life here. These next 2 are going to be real tough. Mini and Snow left over on this lineup. That's a tall order here, even for Hero. We'll see how he does. Let's go into our next game, guys. Mini versus Hero. That's coming up next. Mini on match point here. His final opponent is Hero down in the bottom right-hand corner of Metaverse. Mini in the top right. Got this huge map, this kind of crazy weird map for our potential last game of the night. Mini, that all-kill prize, bit of an extra motivator here for him to win this game. He could end up getting that 600,000 won. Scouting in the wrong direction, though, unfortunately. Headed up to the top left-hand corner. Started out here with a gateway expand. It's always nice to get that probe into the base a little bit earlier with the gateway expand. You can start to deal a little damage to some drones. You can send your zealot in the right direction straight off the bat. And try to get in there if they're doing a 12 hatchery build. The timing is pretty tight before the lings pop out where you can get a little bit of damage. You might end up being able to get a drone before the lings pop, but against someone like Hero, it is a little bit tough now. 4 lings already out. 6 lings, excuse me. Heading out across the map here for Hero. He's going to send those directly up towards Mini's base. And with this early gateway here, he's going to have a bit of struggle to hold on against this this early attack, but the wall is beautifully placed. A great wall setup here from Mini means that it's going to be tough for Hero to break through this location. Only one hole for Mini to plug makes things very, very easy with the Probe Zealot combo. There's not a lot of options here for Hero in terms of breaking through this location. Some of those other maps that we've seen in previous ZVPs this tonight have been more optimized for Ling attacks. A little bit easier to get through with the two holes in the wall in, but here it's just way too tough. So hopefully we are going to see Mini go for a longer game, not try to overwhelm with Lings here, just build the proper amount to deal with this early attack and no more. That is what we're looking for here. Great movement from Mini. Really fantastic play from him. Oh, great job picking off the probe though. Hero will end up surrounding this, but not in the greatest manner. Oh man, this positioning so good. So good from Mini. Just getting absolute maximum damage out of these zealots, and two more are going to arrive here in the main base. Almost pick off a drone there, but he does pull back successfully. Looking for one or two kills. Oh, he's going to get one. First drone has been picked off. There's a lot of pressure from Mini onto Hero's drone line. I'm surprised he hasn't lost more so far, but only one drone going down. Second drone does fall just before that Zealot gets taken out. And the Lings here in the back trying to do their darndest to clear this out, but Mini just out of control, man. Killing off even more drones here, and yeah, Hero's just in a terrible spot. This is like a two gate pressure, but it's only a single gate. Can't believe how much this is actually done. Hero is in a ton of trouble here. He's got hardly any drones at all. What was that? At least 3, maybe even 4 drones picked off by just a single gateway pressure. And Mini, he's been producing probes this entire time. He's going to have great probe saturation. He's completely safe back at home. Hero's been forced to build a ton of Lings. He's lost drones. He's trying to re-drone right now. He's been forced to build so many Lings. So he does have Lings out in the front, but his economy is just not where it needs to be right now. His base being taken in the bottom left is interesting. That is a natural location, so possibility here. Oh, trying to dive over this with the pylon. Nicely done. Does get the glitch here. Will get into the main base of Hero, and that's fantastic scout. Gonna see the spire there. And Mini knows everything. He knows he doesn't have to build any more cannons at his front door. He can just focus on building up his gateway count here and getting into the next stages of the game. So that's a bit rough. Hero really hoping that he wouldn't have to deal with an aggressive Mini here, that he would just be waiting for a Corsair to scout, but getting that nice early scout with the probe just means that he's able to come out here and push everything back, that he knows there's no Hydras coming. He doesn't need to build any cannons that he doesn't need, and he can really optimize his build here. Hero just, oh man, it's not looking good, man. I'm rooting for Hero right now because I do want to see us go into a final game, go into a game 8, but it's feeling a little bit bleak right now. Hero setting up his defenses. The fact that he's taking this base down in the bottom left, I think we're going to see him really sunken up this game and try to defend in those two different locations the best that he possibly can. There's two Sunkens over here at the natural, so yeah, for sure he's going to do that. Just sunken right up, get the best possible Sim City that he can, and get that fourth base out, go into a hive play. It's really the way that I like to see. Whoa, 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 whoa. He just let these run right past, but great job drilling with the drones. Uh-oh, these zealots are still attacking, though, and dealing quite a bit of damage. Both of the Sunkens are going to go down very, very fast, and there's still a lot of zealots here. Oh man, this is rough. I really wish Hero would have blocked the zealots with his lings there, not allow them to get on top of the Sunkens, but he kind of just, it looked like he was kind of baiting them in. He let them run by, and now he's lost so many drones here in the natural. He's losing a whole bunch of overlords here in the main, but the Corsairs at least are losing in the air. Scourge are starting to take them down. So not everything going bad for Hero, but enough has gone wrong here that I just don't think he has an opportunity to come back in this game. Bunch of drones being transferred over towards the natural. Two zealots gonna wreak havoc here. While these Sunkens are warping, or while these Sunkens are morphing in here. A few more links are going to pop out. There's DTs coming towards this natural, and there are no overlords in the natural. He's just going to go after the Sunken, hilariously enough. Just going to try and kill that off. Where are the overlords? Bunch of Corsairs coming in here. Going to defend these two DTs. Not going to allow any overlords into the area. Does get another Corsair, but these Corsairs really picking off the Scourge very quickly now as they fly in. Oh man, more Sunkens coming down. Can he actually quickly surround one of these DTs? No, not able to do it. The last Overlord goes down. I think this is GG. Oh, these DTs are just doing so much work. GG. Hero taps out. Mini knocks him out and takes that all kill. Beautifully done. Mini finishing things off for the Protoss, putting them in first place. Are we going to have another pulling ahead here of Mini? I want to see this score. Gets the clapper, the slow clapper from KCM. Just great performance here from Mini. Fantastic games out of him. Unfortunately, we're not going to see a Snow vs. Hero game, but what can you do, dude? Mini just so damn good. His early Zealot play, I've said it before, but I'll say it again, is crazy strong. Dealing damage to Hero in the early game. This guy is a guy who's known for having fantastic Zergling micro, for being just a crazy good defensive Zerg player, always able to get himself into a late game, and incredibly strong in the late game as well. But Mini just picks him apart piece by piece with the early Zealots, and of course the Zealot timing attack plus Corsairs in the mid game. Nothing fancy, but just pure strong play out of him. We're gonna see the results now, guys. Let's go to that score screen. All right, look at that. Once again, Protoss pulling ahead. It is so funny. I guess actually, I think that's a break. There you go, a break in the pattern. I thought that this was the continuation here, but you can see it was Zerg pulling ahead first. Oh, okay. Yes. So actually, the break in the pattern was week 6. because Zerg was ahead and then tied and then ahead, tied, ahead, and then Protoss finally pulled ahead there. Now it's switched. Protoss pulls ahead once again after last week's tie. We'll see if yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. Actually, this is week number 8. Holy cow, time flies, guys. Time really does fly by. We're gonna be going into the playoffs already. I just realized that now. But Protoss goes out first place. They're not gonna have to play in the semifinals. It's gonna be a Zerg versus Terran semifinals, which should be a banger. We'll see if Terran comes back, as they've wanted to do in the past as well, just eating shit all season and then coming back in the semifinals to and finals to end up actually winning. Would be funny to see that happen again. I don't think I've ever seen Terran eat shit quite this marvelously before, quite this totally. They've always had at least some points by this point in the season. By week 8, usually Terran's at least 8 points, something like that. But good God, 1 point this season. That is crazy, especially considering they've done well in the ASL. I won't say any spoilers, guys, but I mean, they're like, you can't do worse than this. I mean, you really can't do much worse than Terran in KCM season 3 2022. That's a fact, boys. Anyway, I am done. That's it. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. I think I found a location with some decent Wi-Fi. I should be able to get this uploaded and out to you by tomorrow. But hopefully I will have better Wi-Fi for the next video. I'll try my best to get that one out a little bit quicker. This is way behind where I'd like to be with my schedule, and I'm sure quite a few of you guys are wondering what's going on, but it's just me traveling, going through the US, and having some spotty Wi-Fi. It is what it is, boys. We're living our dreams. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We're gonna see what we can do. The Wi-Fi box that I bought is just not cutting it, man. I tried to download this week of KCM. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, 10 gigs, we'll just download it. I bought 100 gigs on my little Wi-Fi card, and yeah, sure, fine. I'll just since I can't find Wi-Fi, I might as well use that. But it was going so slow, like 50 kilobytes per second, man. It's just unacceptable, dude. It's so damn slow out here in Washington. Over by the coast, there's terrible internet. Even a few of the places I've stopped into, cafes and such, you can only get about 150 kilobytes per second. I don't know how people live out here, dude. It's kind of crazy. It's beautiful, but that Wi-Fi connection, and just imagine laddering in that. I can't. Ugh. Turn rate 8 for days. Yeah, I don't think you'd even be able to get into a game, possibly. I don't know, guys. That's it for me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful week. Peace out.